your fellow weirdo. You're the black sheep of the flock. Come and take a load off. Let's have a little talk. This side of the universe, the wildest place you've been. Welcome to the service at the party pen. Have a good time, laugh and giggle.
Come on in and smile just a little.
We're reading God's unofficial bio today.
The Bible lady's gonna
lead the way. I got the coffee and the smokes, I got the herb and the chair. Got a seat with your name on it waiting right there. Searching for the mystery, a better mind to find. Leave that stuffy, judgy world way back behind. And the rebels, we're the ones that don't fit in. But there's a holy kind of magic in the middle of the sin.
Yeah, the mystery is deep and the coffee's brewing strong. In the most offensive church where we all belong. Have a good time,
laugh and giggle.
Come on in and smile just a little.
We're reading God's unofficial bio today.
The Bible lady's gonna
lead the way. The mystery of God, what a beautiful find.
A better understanding for a
black sheep's mind.
Hey there. Hold on. Forgot to turn my mic on again. Okay. So I'm back for a very specific reason. Well, this has been my time. And I jumped the gun earlier because I just wanted to read the Bible. But now I want to read the Bible again. And also I think more people show up right now because this is the normal time that I do things. Because I made Dustin's lunch already, and then I was sitting here watching Naruto, and then I was like, I should be reading the Bible. That's what I should be doing, not watching Naruto and eating Heath bars. What are you doing? Get out of there. So, I was gonna get on to chapter 40. Hi, who's watching me on YouTube? Chat in the chat. Man, be my Bible bud. Chat in the chat. Because I love communicating with people. Communication is key. Yeah. And plus, I like to know what you think. Even if nobody else cares what you think. I mean, depending on what you think, I might not care. But usually I care about what you think, especially when it comes to Das Bible. I would love to know what you think about Das Bible. Or this story coming up. I read it earlier. I'm going to read it again. 40, 41, and 42. Because that's what I read earlier today. And it would be kind of fucked up if I just started on 42 and nobody was even there for 41 or 40. No. What did I read earlier? Oh, wow. I read a lot. Oh, yeah. I read from 37 on. Man, I read a lot. Huh. Let's see. Some people might show up today. Hopefully, my cousin shows up. I'm going to call my cousin right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, yeah. What's up?
Hey, tune into my live stream. You're going to love this next story.
Okay.
You look just like your mom right now.
Hey, I look like you apparently. Huh? I look like you apparently. That's what everybody says. Well, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll join.
All right. Love you. Bye. Okay. So, hey, cousin, welcome. Look, these next stories, you're going to love them. And you might talk shit with me. Do you want to be on Discord? Or no? Probably not. People are coming. But okay, we're going to do this one. Now, Jacob dwelt in the land where his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. This is the history of Jacob. Now, this is how you know that this book is this story right here is being written by somebody else, because they always start over. So this is being written by someone else. Well, I'm here and I'm helping my mom with something. Okay, well then, just be there. You'll like this story. Hey, put it on speakerphone so your mom can hear it too. We'll have a good time. Okay. So anyway, Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brothers, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joe brought a bad report of them to his father. Listen, tattletales are the absolute worst. Oh my God. Listen, did I tell you what happened in Tennessee? Look, my kids ratted on, well, my daughter. My daughter ratted on me because the girls' bathroom was taking too long. So I went in the men's bathroom to go pee, but everybody was taking too long. So I was like, just pinch it off, let me pee. And then some guy told the cash register chick that a girl was in a guy's bathroom. And then my daughter called her grandma, and her grandma called me and nearly ripped my head off through the phone. Oh, tattletales are the worst. Now, Israel, who's Jacob, loved Joseph more than all his children because he was the son of his old age. Also, he made him a tunic of many colors. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all, they hated him and could not speak peaceably to him. So they couldn't have been nice to him at all. They weren't nice to him at all. Um, Now, Joe had a dream and he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even more. And so he said to them, "Please hear this dream which I have dreamed." He has self sabotaging behavior because he should have never did this. And there we were, binding sheaves in the field. Then, behold, my sheaf arose and stood upright. And indeed, your sheaves stood all around and bowed down to my sheaf. And his brothers said to him, "Shall you indeed reign over us? Or shall you indeed have dominion over us?" So they hated him even more for his dreams and his words. Then he dreamed another dream and told it to his brothers and said, "Look, I have dreamed another dream, and this time the sun, the moon, 11 stars bowed down to me." So he told it to his father and to his brothers. And his father rebuked him and said, "What is this dream that you have dreamed? Shall your mother and I and your brothers indeed come bow down to the earth before you?" Yes. And his brothers his brothers envied him, but his father kept this matter in mind. Then his brothers went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel, Jacob, said to Joseph, "Are not your brothers feeding the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send them to you. Or come, and I will send you to them." So he said, "Okay." Then Jacob was like, "Go and see if it is well with your brothers and with the flock, and bring back word to me." So he sent him out in the valley of Hebron, and he went to Shechem. Now a certain man found him, and there he was wandering in the field. And the dude was like, "Sup you doing, yo? What you doing?" And he's like, "I need to, do you know where my brothers are?" And he's like, yeah, they went to Dothan. So he went to Dothan. Now, when they saw him afar off, even before he came near him, before he came near them, they conspired against him to kill him. Then they said to one another, look, this dreamer is coming. Let us now kill him and cast him into some pit. And we shall say, some wild beast devoured him. We shall see what will become of his dreams. But Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands and said, no, 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 we're not going to kill him. And Reuben said, no, shed no blood. Cast him into this pit, which is in the wilderness, but do not lay a hand on him, that he might deliver him out of their hands and bring him back to their father. So it came to pass when Joseph had come to his brothers that they stripped Joseph of his tunic. Then they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty, and there was no water in it. And they sat down to eat a meal. Then they lifted their eyes and looked. There was a company of Ishmaelites. Okay, so this part is going to get super confusing. Okay, so they looked, and there was a company of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead with their camels, bearing spices, balm, and myrrh on their way to Egypt. So Judah said to his brothers, what profit is there if we kill him and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites and not put our hands on him, for he is our brother and our flesh. So his brothers listened. Then Midianite traders passed by. Now they're Midianites. So the brothers pulled Joseph up, lifted him out of the pit, and sold him to the Ishmaelites. See what I'm saying? Where did the Midianites come from? They sold him for 20 shekels of silver, and they took Joe to Egypt. Then Reuben returned to the pit, and indeed Joseph was not in the pit. He tore his clothes and returned to his brothers and said, the lad is no more, and where shall I go? Because he's the oldest. So they took Joseph's tunic, killed a goat, dipped the tunic in blood. Hold on. Dipped the tunic in blood. Then they sent the tunic of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, we have found this. Do you know whether it's your son's or not? Like, really? This is crazy. Absolutely crazy, ain't it? And he recognized it and said, this is my son's tunic. A wild beast has devoured him. Without doubt, Joseph is torn to pieces. Then Jacob tore his clothes, put on the t-shirt diaper thing, and mourned his son many days. And all his sons and all his daughters arose to comfort him. But he refused to be. All right, see you guys. Thanks for stopping by. refused to be comforted, and he said, I shall go to the grave to I shall go into the grave to my son in mourning. And so his father wept for him. Now, that's chapter 37. Okay. All right. So, let's roll a cigarette. Do I got one? Let's roll a cigarette and then go to chapter 38. Damn it. Oh, man. I forgot. It's about to be going back to school time. So might not be a lot of people that can watch this late. But there are like tons of people live right now. I need a co-host. And to pick a damn time is another thing I need to do. I need to get a co-host and pick a time. Okay. So chapter 38. See, I wish preacher would stay because I tried to tell him these next few stories. And I thought for sure he would have something to say about the brothers doing that to Joe. And then I'm sure he would definitely have something to say about this story. Man, I don't know. Huh. Okay. Okay. So, it came to pass at that time that Judah departed from his brothers and visited a certain Adullamite who his name was Hera. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Shua. And he married her and went into her and conceived and bore a son and called him She conceived again and bore a son and called his name Onan. And she conceived again and bore a son and named him Shelah. There's a cat. Hold on. Okay. So, she named him Sheila. And he was at Chezib when she bore him. Then Judah took a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. But Judah's firstborn, was wicked, and the Lord killed him. And Judah said to Onan, go make a baby with your brother's wife and raise up an heir for him. But Onan absolutely refused. So they ended up having sex, but his pull-out game was tight and it went all over the floor. And God was super offended by that and killed him. Then Judah, fearing for, like, he was like, that Punani is cursed. Yeah, she ain't touching my son. So he's like, go be a widow for a little while. And when little dude is grown up, he can be your husband. And she's like, okay. Well, some time passed, okay? And dude went up to shear his sheep. And it was told to her, and she knew little dude was grown up. So she decides to dress like a hose bag and cover her face so he doesn't know it's her. And she was so beautiful or whatever. He's like, yeah, can I hit that? And she's like, give me everything you have right now, your signet, your cord, your staff, and then you can bring me a thing and then I can give it back to you. It'll be fine. So he did that. He gave her all of that. And then they did the dirty. She got pregnant. So a day later, Abe gives the sheep to his servant guy and tells him go give it to the woman. Well, nobody knows who he's talking about, right? Nobody knows who he's talking about. So he's like, what do I do with this? And so a couple months later, somebody tells Abe that his dead husband's wife is pregnant. And he's like, I had to burn her alive because reasons. And then they're like, who are you pregnant by? And she's like, here's all this stuff. This who I'm pregnant by. Whose is this? And then Judah's like, it's all because I lied about Sheila. Yeah. So, she had twins. And one's name was Perez and the other was called Zira. And we never hear about them again. Okay. So here's the next story. Actually, I think I'm only going to do 39 and 40 and say 41 for tomorrow, even though I read 41 earlier. Because I felt like I needed to read the Bible earlier. So that's what I did. And now I feel like I got to read the Bible now because normally people are here right about now. But I don't know what day it is, and I know a lot of people are live. Okay. Okay. Now, Joseph had been taken down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of the Pharaoh, captain of the guard, bought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him down there. The Lord was with Joe, and he was a successful man, and he was in the house of his master, and his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all he did prosper. So Joe found favor in his sight and served him. Then he made him overseer of his house and all that he had put under his authority. So it was from the time that he had made him overseer of the house and all he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joe's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was on all that he had in the house and in the field. Thus he left all he had in Joe's hand, and he did not know what he had except for what he ate. Now Joe was handsome in form and appearance. He was pretty. And it came to pass that his master's wife cast longing eyes on Joseph, and she said, "Lie with me." And Joe was like, "No." And she was like, "Lie with me." And he was like, "No." Then she caught him off guard, grabbed him by the sash thing on his t-shirt dress outfit, and he ran outside. And then she screamed, "Me too." And then she told her husband. And then her husband threw Joe in jail, no questions asked, right? So it was when his master heard the words which his wife had spoke, saying, look what he did to me. And his anger was aroused. Then Joe's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where prisoners are confined. And he was there in prison. But the Lord was with Joe and allowed him, and showed him mercy. And he gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners who were in the prison. Whatever they did there, it was his doing. And the keeper of the prison did not look into anything that was under Joe's authority, because the Lord was with him, and whatever he did, the Lord made prosper. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, are you staying? Please stay. Oh, he didn't stay. He left. Okay. It's okay. I was almost done anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll finish this story, chapter 40, and then we'll do 41 tomorrow. Yeah. Even though I did 41 earlier, I just, I don't know. I feel like today was a bad idea. Like going live that early was a bad idea. And I should have been going live later than I did. But I don't exactly know. Like, I should be going live right now. I don't know. But anyway, it came to pass after these things that the butler and the baker offended the king. And Pharaoh was angry with the two of them, the uh, chief butler and baker. So he put them in custody in the prison where Joe was. And the captain of the guard charged Joe with them. And he served them. So they were in custody for a while. Then the butler and the baker, who were confined in the prison, had a dream, both of them. Each man's dream in one night, and each man's dream with its own interpretation. And Joe came in and was like, "Sup, y'all?" And they were like, it's real bad. And Joe's like, "Well, what's up?" And they were like, "We had a dream and we don't know what it means." And Joe's like, "I could tell you what it means." So the butler said he had a dream. There was a vine and there were three things coming off of it, but they brought forth big, beautiful grapes that could be smashed into wine for the king, right? And Joe's like, "Well, in 3 days you're gonna be able to um go back to work for the king." And the butler, seeing that good news, was like, "Okay, do me next." And so Joe did him next, and he's like, "I had a dream, and there were baskets of bread on my head, three of them, and the birds kept eating them." And then Joe's like, "Well, in 3 days, you're going to die. You're going to be hanged, and the birds are going to eat your flesh." 3 days, eat your flesh. Now it came to pass on the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he had made a feast for all his servants. He lifted up the head of the butler and restored him. Then he, that's a damn cat. No, hold on. The cat can wait. Then he restored the chief butler, and he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph interpreted to them. Yet the chief butler did not remember Joe. I hear you. Come on, come on, let's go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll do chapter 41 tomorrow. But I mean, if you really want to hear chapter 41, go on my video before this one. I read all of those plus 41. But I'm going to read 41 tomorrow because I definitely am putting myself to sleep. Yeah. So, I want to tell everybody I love you. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. I love you. Have the greatest, sweetest, loveliest dreams ever. Giving the pillow some head and the sheets some ass. Dream of me. I love you guys so much. Good night. Where are we gonna go on pills? None of this stuff looks interesting. Yeah, I don't want to do news or politics. Is there anybody watching? No. And no. Okay. Later, y'all.